Before we go, tonight is the Poirier versus McGregor fight, UFC. Do you follow that a lot or no?
A little bit. My brother-in-law follows it a lot, and you know, I'd like to see McGregor win. I like McGregor.
Yeah, he's a savage. I do like him as a fighter. He has said some things outside of and done some things as well outside of fighting, or outside of the octagon that disappoint me because
Right.
I look at this young man and like he's the face of Ireland kind of right now. He's their most popular celebrity,
Right.
and I would just think that in terms of somebody who's almost like a statesman, that he would have a little more, that he wouldn't act in ways that are embarrassing, you know what I mean, and that are not right. Like I said, he said some racial stuff during the Mayweather fight that I thought
He did.
was not becoming of the person who's the face of Ireland right now, their most popular person out of that country. But as a fighter, I mean, he's a predator. I was just so do you see the last couple of fights between Poirier and McGregor?
I haven't seen him. No, I've just seen the highlights, but no.
You'll see some of them if
Yeah.
you're gonna watch it tonight.
I think so. I think I am. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that main fight won't be on until about 11 or 11:30 at night because I think
Yeah.
I'll have to look. But if the card's in Vegas, the normal is you have the preliminary fights, which are the up and coming fighters a bit more that they've made matches with. Then the main card will start probably somewhere around 9, and you'll have 5 fights on there.
Yeah.
And McGregor's will be one of them. It's going to be interesting. I think I love mixed martial arts, and like I said, it's funny because like I don't like fighting. I wouldn't want to do it anymore. I couldn't imagine getting hit in the head by somebody,
Right.
especially if it's repeatedly. Jesus Christ! But watching it is just such a cool battle of will and skill and who's going to prevail, and exciting things can happen at any time. And I guess that's part of the barbaric part of our civilization. We like to watch people beat the shit out of each other, but
Right.
McGregor he has a lot of weapons in his arsenal. Dustin Poirier does too. I feel like if McGregor wins, he has to win on the mental warfare ground. He's the
Right.
kind of guy, if he gets in your head, he'll catch you slipping. You know what I
Right.
mean? Whereas if you're not in his head, like Dustin Poirier proved in the last fight, like he could dismantle this guy. He got him with a lot of leg kicks, and then when his leg wouldn't work anymore, he was a lame duck and just got smashed and knocked out.
Right.
So and the funny thing is, I feel like McGregor looked past that fight too because he the whole time he was in the ring, and even in the lead up in the pre-fight press conferences and all, he's doing a boxing stance the whole time. So I think he was getting ready to try to do a boxing match with Manny Pacquiao, or perhaps a
Right.
rematch with Floyd Mayweather. They were definitely talking Pacquiao, but after McGregor lost that fight, Pacquiao's team's kind of like, nobody likes a loser. We want a winner.
Right.
So if you had won, then it'd be like, all right, we're going to really build this up. He just came off this huge knockout victory of Dustin Poirier. Now let's everybody make $100 million each on this,
Right.
Pacquiao fight. So I think he approached it wrong in the terms of just focusing on that one, discipline. He stood there like a boxer and got his leg kicked out from underneath him. Couldn't win. So I think mental warfare is where McGregor won it, and he did come back with more of that this time, although it didn't seem like some of the gusto from the past, some of these one-liners he'd hit people with. I didn't feel like there was a lot of that, but I do feel like he was trying to intimidate Dustin Poirier
Yep.
mentally as more of like a bully, which is the way he's going to win that fight. But skill-wise, I think it's anybody's fight.
I do
It
too.
certainly could be Poirier's, because McGregor, you got a guy now in there, Michael Chandler came over from Bellator, Charles Oliveira, and Justin Gaethje. Those are your best elite fighters in the world at 155 pounds. Not to mention Khabib, of course, because he's retired. He was the champion, the
Right.
Russian champion for Dagestan. So those are your top guys. If he was back, he dominated pretty much everybody. He's fought all these top 5 guys. He beat McGregor, he beat Gaethje, he beat Poirier. By the second round, Poirier looked like he was completely sapped of energy and just void and depleted, and Khabib choked him out. He's like, it's almost like you could see the defeat in his face, like there's nothing I can do to stop this
Right.
mauling that's going to happen for me. So it'll be very interesting to see how it plays out between McGregor and Poirier tonight. It'll be very exciting. It's anybody's fight. Dustin Poirier, super skilled fighter. McGregor's going to have to figure out how not to lose this time. So who knows? We'll see. It's either going to be a very disappointing night for McGregor or a very disappointing night for Poirier.
For one of them.
And maybe they'll do it 4 or 5 times and then I'll try to make millions of dollars
Right.
every time.
Right.